Let's examine the facts. Let's open the case file. Some mysteries live in quiet places. This one lives in brush and wet leaves. In Japan's hills and deep valleys, witnesses describe a creature called the Tsuchinoko, literally, child of a hammer. Not a dragon. Not a monster. Something small and low, built like rope with weight in the middle. The name is used most in western Japan, Kansai, and Shikoku. In the northeast, you may hear another label, bachi-hebi. Reports often place the length between 30 and 80 centimeters. A narrow neck, a viper-like head, a thick middle, then a quick taper. Some accounts add fangs and venom, the vocabulary of real vipers. Then the legendary behaviors, a sudden leap, up to a meter, and even a second jump in midair. A creature that can speak, and a creature that lies. A creature that drinks alcohol, then vanishes before morning. You can hear folklore breathing in those lines. But the file stays open because the outline keeps reappearing in testimony, across decades. No confirmed specimen on a lab table. No DNA sequence in a journal. Just a repeating silhouette, like a sketch copied from memory. So we begin with the conditions of sighting: light, distance, haste. That is where misreadings are born. And where legends learn to hide. Older records show the idea is not new. There are drawings and descriptions in regional compilations, but drawings do not equal specimens. They tell us what a storyteller recognized, and what they feared. Before we move, we tag the claims. Confirmed. Reported. Unverified. Confirmed, Tsuchinoko is a long-running folklore creature, treated as a yokai and drawn in regional records. Confirmed, modern Japan still names it, markets it, and hunts for it as a local mystery. Reported, a short body, roughly a forearm, thickest at the center, with a small head and a short tail. Reported, a viper-like bite and poison language, echoing real vipers. Reported, a strange trick, swallowing its own tail, forming a loop, and rolling like a wheel. Reported, a sudden jump, sometimes described as a double jump. Unverified, a modern capture that survives inspection, photographs with scale, a preserved body, a verified chain of custody. The public record is full of near misses and second-hand stories. It is also full of incentives. A village event in Gifu has repeatedly offered a cash reward in the million-yen range for anyone who can capture one alive. The event began decades ago, and it still pulls crowds into the mountains. Hundreds search together in daylight, with rules, maps, and cameras. Attention is not neutral. So the labels protect us. They let us appreciate the story, while asking the harder question: what can be checked, and what can only be repeated? One widely reported hunt is held in Higashishirakawa, Gifu. It started in the late 1980s, and the prize has hovered around 1 million yen or more for a live capture. Recent coverage describes a reward around 1.3 million yen. These are not private campfire tales. What is a Tsuchinoko, in plain terms? Not a single animal, not a classified species. It is a name that collects observations, then hardens them into a familiar outline. The hammer in the name points to the profile, short and thick, like a mallet with a tail. In older Japanese encyclopedic works from the Edo period, odd serpents appear with similar themes: venom, rolling bodies, sudden movement. Later compilations draw compact snakes with swollen middles, and give them local names. Across regions the edges shift. Some stories insist it is extremely poisonous. Some insist it can speak, and that it is a practiced liar. Some say it likes alcohol, or can be lured by it. None of that is biology. It is the way folklore explains why something is hard to catch. Modern culture adds another layer. Tsuchinoko becomes a mascot, a festival symbol, a reason to visit a town. It can appear in games and films, where the shape is instantly readable. This is how a legend survives, simple enough to recognize, strange enough to remember. Then a real animal, a snake. After a meal, or a snake seen sideways in tall grass, can be pulled into the legend. Not as Fraud. As pattern matching. Our job is to mark the boundary, cultural memory on one side, field evidence on the other. Some catalogs list related names, nozuchi, and other rolling snakes, where nature and yokai blur on the same page. One well-known depiction appears in the Shinano Kishiroku. It shows a compact body, as if the middle has been cinched tight. Now we test explanations, without closing the case. We keep the tone clinical, because the forest does not argue back. Hypothesis A. Witnesses are misidentifying known snakes. A. Viper seen after feeding can look thicker than usual, and a brief glimpse can compress the whole body into a hammer shape. Hypothesis B. There exists a rare local morph, or an unrecognized population, with an unusually thick mid-body and a short overall length. Alternative explanation: perception and media, a festival, a reward, a camera, a guide telling you what to look for. These can distort scale and posture. Distance, framing, and memory can turn an ordinary snake into a compact creature with impossible motion. Each option predicts different evidence. A misidentification leaves no consistent specimen, only shifting sizes, colors, and behaviors. A rare population should eventually produce something physical, a body, a shed skin with clear proportions, a photograph with scale, or DNA from tissue. A perception effect should spike during publicity cycles, when the legend is loud and the template is fresh. So the method is simple. Ask for what survives the night. A sample. A measurement. A record that can be checked by someone who was not there. If you hear it jumped, ask how the distance was judged. If you hear it was thick as a bottle, ask what bottle, and from how far. These questions are not insults. They are the difference between a story and a record. A rare population is a big claim, but it has clear tests. This case isn't only zoology. It's incentives, ethics, and probability, quiet forces that change what people report. A $1,000,000 prize sounds like proof, but it is really pressure. Pressure creates more searches, more stories, more almost. If someone announces a capture, what stops a swapped animal, a staged photograph, or a specimen that conveniently disappears? Even without deception, the odds are brutal. Dense mountains hide animals. Short encounters erase fine detail. Fear stretches the memory of size. And yet the story persists because it does social work. It marks a region as special. It turns anonymous forest into a place with a secret. There is also an ethical edge. If the prize grows, so does the chance that wildlife gets harmed for a legend. And there is a statistical edge. When thousands search, someone will see something unusual. So we return to standards. What would count as evidence you could hand to a skeptic, and keep your voice steady? Define that standard, and the fog thins. Leave it vague, and the fog becomes the point. Think about the base rate. Japan has many snakes, and many moments of poor visibility. Even a tiny error rate, 1 misread out of 100, creates a steady stream of unknowns. Add a festival, and you increase the number of trials. More trials means more strange results, even if nothing new exists. That is not cynical. It is how statistics behaves in the wild. Now add ethics and law. We record it, and we leave it open. Keep the standard written, close the folder, but keep the tab open. A Tsuchinoko sits at the border between nature and narrative. If tomorrow a verified specimen appears, the legend will be forced to change shape. If no specimen ever appears, the legend still tells us what people notice in the mountains, and what they want to find there. For now, the evidence is mostly testimony. And testimony is a kind of weather. It shifts with season, attention, and mood. So I'll end with procedure. If you were writing the next field report, what would you include? A location grid, not a town name. A clear ruler in frame. Multiple angles, not one dramatic shot. Time, weather, and who was present. A chain of custody, so the sample does not vanish. Those are boring details. Boring is good. Boring is how folklore becomes data. Leave a comment with the single clue you would demand first. One clean step that would move the Tsuchinoko from rumor to record. No theatrics. Just method. That's how a case stays honest, even when it stays open. And there is one more quiet clue: geography. Reports. Cluster in certain prefectures and mountain belts, not randomly across the map. That could hint at habitat. Or it could hint at where the story is most loved. Either way, it is a map. Worth reading. So here is my final request. In one sentence, state your standard of proof. Not a feeling. Not a rumor. A concrete item you would accept, a preserved specimen, DNA, a photo with scale, a verified report. Post that sentence. We record it, and we leave it open.